What's up, YouTube? I'm here to do my prediction video for UFC Fight Night Henderson versus Masvidal. Let's start at the bottom. The first fight is Dominic Steele versus this other guy named Dong Hyun Kim. It's not the same guy in the main card, but he has the same name. It's fucking weird. But yeah, this guy's name is Dong Hyun Kim too. He's not as good. I think Dominic Steele will probably get a decision. I think he'll be able to hit takedowns whenever he wants, and he'll just grind out a 30-27 decision. I don't think it'll be very exciting. This other Dong Hyun Kim guy only got like a week's notice, so unfortunately, he's going up against a guy who I think is too good of a wrestler. Next is Ning Guyo, the guy from the Ultimate Fighter China, versus Marco Beltran, one of the dudes from the tough Latin America one. I'm going to pick Ning. I think I don't know, this fight is really tough to call because neither of these guys have great records. I think one of them's 6-2, the other 6-3. I think Ning's just a little bit stronger of a wrestler, and his boxing's a little bit sharper. But like I said, neither of these guys look great. But yeah, like I said, I think Ning will pull out a decision win. Next is Yao versus Freddie Soriano, and I'm gonna pick Freddie Soriano. I think he's got a really strong wrestling background. I think he's from Cuba. His boxing looked really good in his UFC debut, and I definitely think he's got the athleticism. He kind of looks like, what's his face, Yoel Romero, like a smaller version of that. So I'm going to pick him to win by knockout. Next is Soi Hee Ham versus Courtney Casey. And I'm going to pick Soi Hee Ham. I think she just uses really technical striking, picks her apart from the outside, and probably will win by decision. Next is Dong Yi Yang versus Jake Collar. And these are two really strong wrestlers, but Dong Yi Yang, in my opinion, has the much better striking. So I think it'll be pretty back and forth while they're wrestling, but I think Dong will get the better of the striking, eventually catch him with something and win by knockout, probably late in the second. Next is Taihu Bang versus Leo Kuntz. And I'll pick Bang. I think this is going to be a brawl. This might be the fight of the night. I think it's just they're both going to throw leather. They're both going to hit each other. One of them's probably going to go down, and I don't think it's going to be Bang. I think Kuntz is going to go down first. Next is Yu Chul Nam versus Mike Delatorre. And in my opinion, Nam is 2-0. He beat fucking Felipe Nova in his last fight. You know, it was only because that card was in the Philippines that he lost to Nova. It was clearly a 2-1 round fight. I think these guys have... It's kind of like a boxer, jiu-jitsu guy in Delatorre versus boxer wrestler in Nam. I think Nam will have better takedown defense and better striking, and he'll probably be able to get a TKO probably in the first or second round. But like I said, I feel like this is bullshit. I feel like he should be fighting someone higher up. He should be 2-0 in the UFC right now. But I'm going to pick Nam by TKO. Next is Doo Ho Choi versus Sam Sicilia. And they've been trying to make this fight forever. I think this is like the third or fourth time they've tried to make this fight. Sam Sicilia's on a 2 or 3 fight win streak because all those times that someone got hurt, it was Choi. He pulled out. So I know I would have picked Choi if this was the first time. I'm still gonna pick Choi, but I'm just way more hesitant about it because he's been injured and he's been out for so long, and all that time Sam Sicilia's been raking in wins. So I'm gonna pick Choi, but like I said, it's still really tough just because he's been out for so long. But I'm going to pick Choi by TKO, late third. Next is Yoshihiro Akiyama versus Alberto Mian. And I'm going to pick Akiyama. I think his judo will be the big difference in this fight. I think he'll be able to hit takedowns whenever he wants, and I think he'll just grind out a decision with solid ground and pound from the top. Next is Dong Hyun Kim, the one you're thinking about, the really good one, versus Dominic Waters. And there's no offense to Dominic Waters, but he's nowhere near Kim's level. Kim's going to take him down and beat him up. He's probably going to win by first round TKO or second round TKO. Dominic Waters is going to get tired, and Kim's just going to finish him with ground and pound. And last but not least is Ben Henderson versus Jorge Masvidal. If this fight was at lightweight, I would give Ben Henderson a pretty big advantage, but these are two guys who, you know, they primarily fight at lightweight, but now they're fighting at welterweight, and I think Masvidal is just the naturally bigger guy. And I think at welterweight, this is going to give him the slight edge. I think it'll be a back and forth fight like the fight last week with Gastelum and Magny. where I thought that round was a draw, by the way. I didn't do a recap video for that, but I've just been busy. I had that fight, I had Magny winning the first three, and then Gastelum winning the fourth 10-8, and then Gastelum winning the last round 10-9. So I think this fight will be kind of like that fight, but just more close and more back and forth throughout. But I think Masvidal will win a close split decision win. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe.